And the Women's United States Championship that I thought would be defended across Raw and SmackDown. That seemed to be what Michael Cole was intimating last week, although they never came right out and said it. That does not appear to be the case. It does not appear to be floating after all. It will be SmackDown exclusive based on the tournament brackets that they released on Friday because it's all SmackDown talent. And they're holding a series of triple threat matches, the first of which was already held on Friday with Bayley beating Candice LeRae and B-Fab. This Friday, it's going to be Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green versus Blair Davenport. Then it's Jade Cargill versus Michin versus Piper Niven. And Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton versus Elektra Lopez. Bayley is going to meet the winner of Bianca, Chelsea, and Blair Davenport. I've got Chelsea Green advancing to the next round. Bayley then beats Chelsea to go to the finals. So I think it's a given that Bayley is going to end up in the finals here. On the other side, I think Piper Niven ekes out a win over Jade and Michin. And Naomi is going to advance in her match to face Piper Niven in the semifinals. Naomi beats Piper, and we get a final of Bayley against Naomi, the two friends, on Saturday night's main event, because that's where the finals are taking place. They will crown a new champion on Long Island on Saturday night's main event. And I have Naomi becoming the first ever United States champion. Now, Naomi had a really good match with Nia Jax on SmackDown. I got to give them both credit for Nia's title. She fell short of winning the championship, but I thought they had a hell of a match. But only after a gazillion different people got involved in the match, and she was distracted and she got pinned. There's been this sort of weird underlying tension that I've noticed in some of the backstage segments with Bayley and Naomi. It's nothing overt, but it's been going on for months now. I mean, I felt this way even going back to earlier this year. I think we may get a Naomi heel turn out of this. Whether she wins the title or not, I think we're going to get a Naomi heel turn out of this. I don't know that, but I do think Bayley and Naomi in the finals is where this is headed. And I think you want to have at least one big name in the division in that final match. You know, Blair Davenport against Michin is not going to cut it on Saturday night's main event. I'm sorry. I mean, the ultimate goal might be to use a women's U.S. title to try to elevate somebody like a Blair Davenport or a Michin, but I don't think that you want them in the final match of this tournament. And since the title looks to be SmackDown exclusive, it probably means we're going to get the announcement very soon from Adam Pearce that he is going to introduce a women's Intercontinental title on the Raw side. I would prefer one title that floats, or if you're going to do two singles titles, then just go ahead and retire the tag team belts, because I think adding mid-card titles is going to render them even more useless than they already are. But you know they're not going to do that. Now, they're getting Charlotte Flair back soon. I don't know when, but it could be any week. They're getting Asuka back soon. Becky Lynch, very likely on her way back next year. And there's any number of women from NXT that they can call up. They don't even need to wait for the draft. I think when Jordynne Grace signs with WWE, and I 100% believe she will, they need to rocket her directly to the main roster. It already feels like she's had her NXT run, even though she hasn't been under contract with them. There's no need for her to go back there. So there should be a lot of fresh faces coming soon. I know it's hard to think of Charlotte or Becky as a fresh face, but that's what happens when you go away for a while. The women's division, though, should be getting a good shot in the arm as far as new talent, returning talent, coupled with what they already have. I mean, it's not like they don't have the talent to make a women's Intercontinental title and a women's U.S. title work. I just think to start, you go with one. And maybe they will. Maybe they won't introduce an Intercontinental title right away. But you know it's coming. This week, all but confirmed that it's going to happen.